Good morning, everyone. We'll just give us all a minute here to arrive, to settle in. Pardon me. Good morning. Happy Sunday. Whether you are, thank you. I did chop several inches off my hair and got a new color, which strangely enough, I think kind of goes along with this time of year. I think with spring, there's often this desire for change to happen, to do something a little different, like we've all but kind of collectively, I think, been not hidden away but isolated a little bit from the things that happen in our lives. And I think this spring feels a little more hopeful, at least it does to me, and I think to other people that I've talked to, around possibility, this idea of possibility unfolding, and in it, hopefulness, that there's more hope right now, that things can be different, even in the unsteadiness and uprisings that are happening. I think that there holds more hope right now, or at least I hope so. And so it's been an interesting week of transitions, coming back from holidays and trying to get back into the swing of things, and being much more focused, I think, on, at least for me, as I've been sitting and wondering how I can be of service in the best way possible, is really thinking about establishing practices in our lives that are perhaps really simple, for sure, but also just more profound. And so, I often have this conversation with people around, for the most part, although we can all learn and learn new things, we know what we should be doing in order to feel better, to be healthier, more vibrant. And yet the question often comes, but why am I not doing it consistently, right? And so then it becomes, okay, well, how do we figure that out? How do we figure that out? And sometimes it's helpful to establish practices in groups of people, which is why I think this can be really helpful for people. Group practices. That's why we go to workout classes in a group often, right? Because we tend to get pushed a little bit harder in group practices, but also there's a collective energy, a beautiful energy that comes from being together with people. We're social creatures. But I also think that there is other things that we can do. It's through practices often that we start to really become aware of the mental conditioning of our mind. And so, as some of you may have attended the masterclass that I did, I was going to say it was earlier this week, right? Last week, it was earlier this week, on meditation. I think cultivating a meditation practice is a really important thing for a wide range of people. There may be exceptions. I don't know who they are, but because meditation can look very different for different people, depending on what their needs are. I do think that meditation can be really helpful practice in calming our nervous system, and really helping us cultivate a different relationship with ourselves. But also, and importantly in that, is understanding the chatter of the mind, and how the ego or the mind, or whatever we would want to call it, holds us back, creates these obstacles or resistance to the doing of things, right? And what is that? What does that look like for us? And can we really become aware of what that is? So in our awareness, we can decide to make a different choice for ourselves. We can create that space that we've talked about so often, right, between the stimulus or what happens and our reaction or response. And in that space, we have possibility. There's possibility of all the choices in that moment, or a split second even, between something happening and what we do as a result. you know? So in that, we have these possibilities to do the things then that we really know are in our own best interest, that make us thrive, that where we enjoy, you know, that we're not constantly in doing something outside of obligation, but in fact living our own lives more fully, which is really what my company and my practice is all about, is helping people to live more fully. And, you know, I kind of do a play on words there with the mindfully, because I think when we're mindful, we have the ability to make choices that really allow us to be more alive in our own lives. Okay, with that, welcome to practice today. Today is going to be I'm going to call it a simple practice, but in that simplicity, I think again holds some profound truth, perhaps, or possibility at least. And so, again, if you were on the call, and if you weren't, I'm going to talk about it anyways, is, you know, I think one of the beautiful things about meditation, or if there is a goal, if you will, it is about, you know, enlightenment, perhaps, or these coming into these states of bliss, nirvana, you know, this place where we are in, or we become really loving awareness itself, that there is no separation between the feeling of bliss or loving awareness and who we are, that we are one. We move from the duality of us having an experience to us being the experience. So whether we call that natural presence, you know, being present to what is, that there is no separation. If anybody's ever been in those moments where you're just in something and you're just in the experience of it, you're not thinking about it, you're not really separate from it. And sometimes, or if there is a goal of meditation, it's allowing us to be that, right? To really be in the unfolding of the experience that we're in, regardless of what it may feel like, right? The pleasantness, unpleasantness. So in spring, you know, like when we're watching the world unfold around us, where, you know, we start to see the green buds come out on the trees, depending on where you live. It's not there yet for me, but I know it may be for other people. But even knowing that under this layer of frost or snow that we might still have, that there lies possibility of life to start to sprout out. And so in it, there's beauty. There's really this beautiful experience that can be, you know, again, in the possibility, there's beauty. And so today I just want us maybe to just be in the presence of our own moment. So whatever that looks like for you today, come to a seated position. It can be on a chair. No problem. I'm seated on the floor in my meditation space, but certainly if you feel more comfortable to be sitting on the couch, in a chair, whatever feels okay for you, do that. The only instruction, if you will, is to be comfortable, right? So that our body isn't in a place where we're feeling aches and pains that's going to distract the brain. Secondly is a strong back, if you will, using our skeleton of our body to hold us, to support us. And as we come into a position of that place of alertness, of sturdiness, we also soften. We begin to soften our crown of our head, our skull. If you so choose, either lowering your eyes and your gaze or closing your eyes. And with it, relaxing your eyes and the space around your eyes. Relaxing your cheeks. Taking a moment and focusing around the space around your ears. Relaxing them. With it, you may find that your jaw softens. your neck, perhaps making a few movements at the same time as releasing and relaxing. Your shoulders, your chest, your belly, your hips, your thighs, your knees, calves, feet, toes. Releasing your arms, your wrists, your hands, allowing your hands to just be softly in your lap, on your legs, whatever feels most comfortable for you today. Allowing your shape, your body, to be what it is in this moment and not have any expectation based on how you think it's supposed to look or how it looked yesterday or the day before, but simply being with your body and your sensations and your experience in this moment. And as you connect perhaps either to your breath, to the subtle movement of your body, your chest, your belly as you breathe, or simply allowing yourself to be in this moment. Listening to perhaps my voice as I read from Consolations with David Whyte, by David Whyte. Reading beauty. Beauty is the harvest of presence, the moment of seeing or hearing on the outside what already lives far inside us, the eyes, the ears, or the imagination suddenly becoming a bridge between the here and the there, between then and now, between the inside and the outside. Beauty is the conversation between what we think is happening outside in the world and what is just about to occur far inside us. Beauty is an achieved state of both deep attention and self-forgetting. The self-forgetting of seeing, hearing, smelling, or touching that erases our separation, our distance, our fear of the other. Beauty invites us through entrancement to that fearful frontier between what we think makes us and what we think makes the world. Beauty is almost always found in symmetries and intriguing asymmetries. The symmetries and asymmetries seem out in creation, the wings of the moth, the airy sky and the solid earth, the restful, focused eyes of a loving face in which we see our own self reflected. The symmetry also, therefore, of bringing together inner and outer recognitions. The far horizon of otherness seen in that face joined to the deep inner horizon of our own being. Beauty is an inner and an outer complexion living in one face. Beauty especially occurs in the meeting of time with the timeless, the passing moment framed by what has happened and what is about to occur, the scattering of the first spring apple blossom, the turning, spiraling flight of a curled leaf in the falling light, the smooth, white, sun-filled sheets by careful hands setting them to air on a line, the broad expanse of cotton filled by the breeze only for a moment, the sheet sailing on into dryness, billowing toward a future that is always beckoning, always just beyond us. Beauty is the harvest of presence. Allowing ourselves to be in the presence of this moment, attentive to the unfoldment of this experience without judgment, with a full and open heart, caring for ourselves in this moment. Whether you anchor through your breath, your body sensation, or simply being and wonders, bring yourself more space to the present, this moment. Bringing attention to your chest, to your heart space, perhaps bringing hand to chest, hand to belly. First feeling being very settled. Bring your body. Noticing all the points of connection your body is making. Your back, your feet, your legs, even your ankles and feet. Feeling not only the supports of your bones and body that allow you to move and to sit, but the support structures beneath you that allow you to feel the support while relaxing your muscles. Giving over the weight of your body to the supports that are there. Trusting that they will support you. Trusting that you can be fully present to this moment without tension or working too hard. As you release tension, you are able to fully be more present, grounding your feet into the ground, the support beneath you. Like a tree rooted deep into the earth that can move freely in the wind while being fully supported by the earth. Starting to take in the sounds of the room around you, even with eyes closed, imagining what the room that you're sitting in right now looks like. Breathing in and smelling. Hearing the sounds other than my voice that might be present in the room. Allowing yourself to be present not only within you, but taking in the outer, the seamlessness between the two. Fully embodying yourself in the experience of where you are. As you open your eyes, imagining that you are setting the intention perhaps for seeing the beauty within you and around you as you move through the rest of your day. David Whyte, beauty is the harvest present. The more we cultivate being present in ourselves and in our lives, beauty is that which we reap. Seeing it, feeling it, noticing it. Thank you for being here today, your presence, your practice. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you next week when we will be starting our 31 days of meditation. If you haven't joined already, please do so. We welcome you to our practice all month, where we will be exploring meditation, mindset, and mastery. You can go to mindfulhealingspace.com, and on the front page, you'll see 31 days of meditation, and you can sign up there. It's free. And once you sign up, we will be sending out an email this week with all of the details. We will be having 3 live meditation practices. One, of course, is our regular Sunday mornings, but we will also be doing Tuesday mornings and Thursday noon hour for different practices throughout the month, so we can kind of practice together, as well as many other things going on during the month. So I hope you'll be joining us.